What's up, everybody? My name is Eric with Do Thrift Clothing. Welcome to my live. In this live, I'm going to be shipping out my weekend orders, and I'm just going to be showing you here on my phone. So I'm going to jump straight into it because I only have until 3:30, so I have like 45 minutes. All right, let me get into my first sale right here. Now, this is the second time that I sold this one. It's a Dixon flannel. This one was called the Borealis. Sold for $43 plus shipping. I think the first time I sold it for, it was almost the same. I think it was like $47, something like that. All right, I really have to concentrate because I don't want to mess up. I've messed up before when I was doing the shipping and the live. So I really gotta, concentrate here. Where is it? So this one's 1 pound, 6 ounces. I'll put 2 ounces. I'm gonna use a 12 by 15. I really like these like frosted bags. I have it actually not in this video, but in other videos I have it linked. I buy these on Amazon. It also has like two little vented holes. 767. Now they are a little bit like more expensive than like your other ones. You know, your normal, like the Ziploc ones. But I feel like it gives it like a more elegance look. You know. Hey, what's up, Carlos? Thank you, man. Appreciate you for watching the video. Good look at the thrift store. Hopefully you find some really good items. You guys have any cool sales you want to share with me that you had over the weekend? All right, next up, I sold these Peter Millar Chukka suede boots for $50.99 plus shipping. I paid $20 for those, so I'm gonna net probably, let's check here. So my order earnings are $57.43 minus the shipping. Let's see how much the shipping is. What do you guys think? Should I ship these out in a poly bag or in a shoe box? You know what? I think I'm gonna do it in a poly bag. But what I usually do for these is like I double. First, I put it in the poly bag, and then I put it in another poly bag. That way, I have a little bit more protection. So you got the poly bag. Then I'll put it in another one. Let's see how much this weighs. This one weighs 1 pound and 13 ounces. So I'm gonna round that up to 1.15. And where's this one going? Indiana. So 12 by 15. This one's pretty cheap. $7.67. So after the fees, the shipping, I made $50 back, minus 20, so I made $30 net profit. That's pretty good. I think it took like about a month, I think, around there. So I just double bag it. think it should be good to go. All right, next up I got some jeans. These are Diesel Safado jeans for $40 plus shipping. I saw you at the thrift store a couple weeks ago. Oh, really? I knew I was. Nah, you know what? I mean, I bet I miss a lot of things. So just because you see me or another reseller, you should still go through it, you know? So these sold for $40 plus shipping. Yeah, I mean, every time I see another reseller, you know, I just go through it still because you just never know. Hey, what's up, man? Everything good? Yeah, there's been times where, you know, I didn't feel like going through it because I knew there was another reseller there, but I've still found like really great items even after the fact. So you just got to do it, man. You know, when I have my route, I just stick to it. You know, I just stick to my route. Even if I don't feel like it or I feel like I'm not going to find anything, I still go through it, you know? All right, next sale, we got a vintage LL Bean flannel, $40 plus shipping. This is a cool one. I think it was from probably like 80s. Cool little flannel. This one's 15.9 ounces. That means it has to go over a pound. So I'm gonna put 1.1. So it's 12 by 15. Dang, $9? Where's this going? Massachusetts. Dang, man, $9. Good thing I charge $8.99 at least. What do you guys charge for shipping? Like for a flannel like this, I'm thinking of starting to charge like $9.99. Our next sale is Untuck Floral, new with tag, $34.99 plus shipping. This one's pretty lightweight, 5 pounds. So I'm gonna put 6, $4.91. I mean, it's here in Texas, so that's probably why it's cheaper. Yeah. I was thinking of maybe doing a flat rate for my shipping, kind of curve cost, but I'm yet to make a decision. Also, you don't do flat rate right now? You do calculated? Yeah, when I started out, I did calculated, but I think the more you know, like how much this is, you know, just by feeling it in your hands, you already know like it's not gonna cost that much. Or if it's like a bigger item, you kind of have an idea how much it's gonna cost. For shirts, like button-up shirts, I charge $7.99. That's my cheapest. No, actually, my cheapest is free shipping. I do free shipping on all my ties. $7.99 on shirts and like maybe lighter pants. Then I do $8.99, and then a lot of my jeans are like $8.99, $9.99, and blazers are $9.99. And then like bigger jackets, two-piece suits are $14.99. My shoes are $14.99. And if it's like a big coat, I charge like $19.99. All right, next up, I got these Levi's new with tag. These are 541, $30 plus shipping. I do 9.99 on those. On which ones? The shirts? Man, like two years ago, I used to charge 8.99 on everything. Like literally everything. It didn't matter if it weighed less than 5 ounces. And I honestly didn't really feel like that impacted my sales. Dang, these are $9. This one's going to California. How much did I charge? Yeah, I charged 9.99 for these, so that's good. Heart items sent to Hawaii or yeah, I bet Hawaii is same with like Puerto Rico. I sent like a lightweight shirt to Puerto Rico, and it was like almost no, it was over $10. That's crazy, and it was like 6, 7 ounces. What do I got next? Next, I got a Polo Ralph Lauren Oxford shirt. This one's a 5XB. Sold for $39.99 plus shipping. Okay, that one, this one's less than a pound, so that's good. This one's probably gonna be like around $7, 7, 8. If I had to guess, let's see. 683. It's not bad. What's next? 108.55. All right, next sale. 108. Okay, this was a good sale. This one's a Ralph Lauren. I was gonna say purple label. It's not purple label. It's just purple. So Ralph Lauren blazer sold for $99 plus shipping. This one's 1.7, 12.15. Okay, this one's going to Louisiana, so that's right next door. So it's 673. You see, like on this one, I made a little bit on shipping. I had to cancel Hawaii and Puerto Rico orders because of the offers and I've been losing money. Oh, I got you. I mean, I wouldn't cancel the order. You cancel the order? I mean, if you do calculated shipping, there should be no reason, you know, to be losing money. Especially like, even if you charge like, $10, $9.99, you shouldn't be really losing money on anything, unless it's like something huge, or maybe if it's going to Hawaii or something like that. But that, I don't know. I guess that comes with the more you ship and the more you know, like how much it's gonna be. I mean, I'm in Texas, so I'm in the middle. Maybe if you're in California, then you have to like, you know, it's gonna be more for you to ship all the way on the other side. Next sale is 109. A J Crew blazer. This one's a Ludlow blazer. 47.99. Oh, this one's less than a pound. Okay. This one was pretty lightweight. So I'm gonna put 15 ounces. This one was 684. Going to Hawaii. Uh, Time reseller? What do you mean? AN? What are you talking about? Time reseller. Oh, I'm sorry. How long it took for it to be? Oh, my bad. How long did it take to be a full-time reseller? I was doing this for 3 years part-time. So I had my full-time job, and I was doing this part-time, to build up my store and stuff like that. I was actually taking it like very slow. When I started my first year, I was doing 2 items per day. So I was only going to the thrift store one time per week, like during my day off. And I was just listing 2 items per day. And then I built it up to 5 and then to 7. So it was like a gradual increase. It wasn't like all of a sudden. And obviously, I made a lot of mistakes. I bought a lot of junk, like a lot of people do. But, you know, I guess it's part of the process. It's just something like a lot of people do. We just buy stuff like we're excited. We go to the thrift stores and we just buy things that we think are going to sell. But in reality, they don't sell. So, but yeah, I was doing it 3 years part time. And then last year I did it full time. So January next year is going to be 2 years doing it full time. I did flat rate. Okay, Sharpie. Next sale, I got a Ermenegildo Zegna. I sold that two-piece suit for $80. I'm kind of sad that it sold for $80 because it had like a stain here on the collar. Like if you're not careful, you can easily miss that. I was just too excited in the thrift store. I just picked it up. But $80? I mean, even with the stain, how much did I pay? I think I paid like $16.99 or something like that. So it was a pretty good, really good flip. Damn, this one's heavy. 2 pounds, 2.5. It's here in Texas, so it's not gonna be that much. $7.50. Do you know anything about Andrew Mark made in Korea? Yeah, it's not good. uh, I'm in first year growing every month. Nice. Yeah, that's how it is. Every month you should be growing, you should be learning more. And then year after year, you should be growing. Like I've been growing since I started every year. My total sales have increased. Um, if you're making less than the year before, then you should definitely evaluate like what's going on. Have you only done clothes from the beginning? Yeah, 100% clothes. Um, Sometimes I pick up random stuff. Like I picked up hats before. I sold like True Religion hats for like $80. I've sold like backpacks, but that's just me like randomly going through the thrift stores. I'm not really like looking for those stuff. Okay, you print this one. All right, next sale I got some Lululemon ABC pants, $34.99 plus shipping. You know, I still sell Lululemon ABC pants. They're just taking a little bit longer than usual. So right now I'm just like, man, I don't know. When I see them, I want to pick them up because you know I don't know. I'm just like, wow, it's a Lululemon piece, you know. But it's a different time now. That was like 2 years ago. We would get excited when we saw a Lululemon piece at the thrift store. Now it's like, I don't know, man. I think probably like 70, 80% of the time I pass on Lululemon, to be honest. That's just how it goes. Ooh, okay. This is a good sale. I sold the last, I don't know if you guys saw my video. I found 3 of these Tailor Stitch wool shirts. So I sold the black one for $110. I sold the beige one for $90, and this one sold for $103.99 plus shipping. This one was 1 pound, split 7 ounces, $8.85. Not bad. This next sale is some chino pants. The brand is Incotex. Sold for $44.99. I just picked these up last week, so sold pretty quick. Been selling for 3 years and didn't start seeing growth month to month until I started doing clothes. Oh, okay. The hard items and knowledge I've gained first 2 years are now just a plus. Oh, got you. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people are switching to clothes, right? Um, I mean, a lot of people still do good, you know. With hard goods, it's just maybe a little bit harder, I think. Like with storing them, and it's just a little bit harder. Next sale is a Bonobos. This one was a tweed blazer, sold for $99 or $100 plus shipping. Oh, this is a crazy sale. I'm actually surprised I got as much as I did. I'm gonna show you guys right now. So this one, I got it based on like just my instinct. You guys ever get like that instinct when you're in the thrift store and you just have, you have that feeling. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a good brand. So this is John Varvatos 100% leather button-up shirt. I've never seen a button-up shirt that's 100% leather. Sold for $80 plus shipping. And it's an international sale. Thank you. And it's lightweight, 5.7. So I'm gonna put 7 ounces. $5 to ship. I think I paid like $10 for this one. I knew this, the next item was gonna sell pretty quick. This was a Lululemon, or the Lululemon Goose Down jacket. Sold for $115. I paid $40 for it. So how much did I make? So I made, so it's $673 with shipping. So $108 minus 6, 100. So I made $60. That's pretty good if you ask me. A lot of people probably didn't buy it because they saw the price, $40, but thank you. All right, next. Been learning a ton from your channel. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Honestly, when I say that, I really do. I never thought that people would watch me show what I'm buying. I used to resell sneakers back in the day, but this game is a whole different monster. It's only been like 2 months, and I think I'm doing good. Nice. So you're selling on eBay too? I mean, on Facebook? Then that's a different monster right there. Facebook, right? I sold on Facebook, but like, it was like local, so like little furniture, nightstands and stuff like that. Do you sell clothing, or is it just, or what do you sell there? All right, so the next one is again with my instinct. It doesn't always, pay out for me or pay off. But this was a vintage chore jacket. Sold for $49.99. The brand on this one sucked. It was terrible. But I just knew by just the style, Had a nice fading to it. Even had some scuffs. It had like that Detroit style corduroy collar. There's a brand. It's called Greatland Apparel. So they're pretty good. $50 plus shipping. And I paid $9.99. You definitely put me on the Blazer game. Found my first Laurel Piana. Nice, man. Congratulations. Hopefully you sell it quick. Is it just a Laurel Piana, or is it like another, like a sucky brand? Or is it like a Brooks Brothers Laurel Piana? If it's a Laurel Piana, Those are really good. I'm talking about like the brand is actually Loro Piana, not just the fabric. I don't find those too often though. Facebook moves more my non-clothing. Oh yeah, I figured. Yep. Although I think people. Yep. Although I think people do sell clothing on Facebook, right? Our next sale is a J. Crew 100. I mean, yeah, this was a new attack. J. Crew new attack, 1999. I was hoping to get a little bit more, but I just want to get rid of that one. 8. An okay brand. Oh dang, Talia. That's a good brand actually. I sold quite a few Talia blazers. We just hyped. Yeah, I know, right? I think you should do pretty good on that one. Does it have a pattern or is it just like a solid no pattern? If it has a, because Talia blazers usually are a little bit more like out there, so they have a lot of like bright colors. Those are good actually. All right, next sale I got vintage Polo Ralph Lauren. This one was a gold button one. Do you guys see the custom label? 7,000. This is like super old, probably like a year old, but it still sold for 40 bucks. International too. Aren't that great? Maybe I searched the wrong type. It's pinstripe. I don't think that's too low. Uh, are we talking about the same Talia? You said Talia Uomo? Mm, I think for 49.99 is pretty good. Solid, but hasn't sold in quite a while. Have it listed a few platforms, maybe relisted. Yeah, yeah, it's good advice right there. Lauren Ralph Lauren lamb's wool with elbow patches. That's a good one, Vince. I always love picking up blazers with elbow patches. All right, this one's. Let's see how much this one is. $7. Not bad. I gotta speed it up, man. What time is it? 3:20. You guys ship all your orders already? I know some of you guys wait until like the last second to go to the post office. Next sale is this Grayson quarter zip. Sold for $25 plus shipping. It wasn't the nicest Grayson quarter zip to be honest. That's why it only sold for 25. Church sales are good. I used to ignore them. Yeah, they can be really good. Church sales, especially in well maintained. Yeah, picked up an Ermenegildo Zegna sacks with tags. Really, got it home and noticed a small hole on the shoulder. I think you can still sell it with that hole as long as it's not like a huge hole. I think. I mean, obviously, you have to price it a little bit less, but and I'll show you right now when I go into my Poshmark sales. I sold a blazer with that had a lot of like pit stains, like sweat stains inside, and it sold for over $100. So if it's a good brand like that one, Hermenegildo Seña, just price it accordingly, and somebody's still gonna buy it because if it's a small hole, it can still be repaired. All right, this next one is a Luciano Barbera button-up shirt. Man, this guy right here, the buyer's name is Moth. Shout out to him, man. He's purchased probably over like 6 things in the last 2 years. Um, yeah, I hate that when it happens. I mean, as long as if it's a good item, you know, but I hate it when it happens when it's like an item that's like that I'll sell it between $20 and $30, and I get home and I see like a stain or a hole. I'm like, dang. But if it's an item that's like really good, over $50, it still should sell even with minor flaws. What about Trump's old brand? Would you pick up shirts or suits? The shirts, I don't know. I haven't really found that many suits in Trump. I know some ties can do good, but to be honest, I haven't really found those. Do you pick up Oscar de la Renta blazers? I don't. All right, this is the last sale from eBay. Another Lululemon pants sold for $29 plus shipping. What about Mark Anthony? No, I don't pick those. I don't pick that one up either. I mean, but that's just me. You can try it out. Sometimes I like to try out different brands and blazers. All right, let's go to Poshmark now. Do you ever go to the Goodwill bins? I don't. 100% thrift stores. Oh, this is a Macari. Only had one Macari. Not Macari. Oh my god. I mean, I had zero Macari. This was a Depop order. was Peter Millar EB66 pants. It sold for, how much did it sell for? Where does it say? I mean, it says you'll receive $36, so I'm guessing that's how much I sold it for. My Vinted got banned, clueless as to why. Hmm. Vinted, do they have Vinted here in the US? Or are you from the US, or I thought it was only in the UK? I'm sorry that happened. Have you tried reaching out to them? I'm getting the shipping label. I have to change the label, make it smaller. Okay, let's go. I'm going to Alabama. Yes, US. Oh, it's pending. Or hopefully they let you know what's going on. Kind of weird. Was it about like a recent order or something? I need another bin. All right. All right, let's go to Poshmark now. Do you guys sell on Poshmark too, or just eBay? Do you stream your blazers? I don't. I've never streamed my blazers ever. I have. I do clean them. Um, like I spot treat it, or even with sometimes with some water, and I just scrub it. It should, a lot of times the stains go out. So, but I've never steamed them. Here's a Lululemon hoodie at their feast. Next sale is this Bugatti Uomo Polo. I had a really cool, I think it was like a space pattern. Sold for $29. I made $22 back. I think I paid like $5 for that one. Where you find all these Lululemons? Oh, where? At the thrift store? Do you do this full time? Yeah. This is I'm gonna complete my second year full time. So next year, January, it's gonna start my third year. Next Poshmark order is a Topo Designs pants. These were called the dirt pants. Sold for $30. Next are these diesel satiny jeans, sold for $75. For those, it's very rare that I take less than 75. There's been a few times, but 99% I always make at least $75 on that one and the Satan one. All right, this is a Tommy Hilfiger. Do you pick up Mountain Hardware stuff? Whew. I rarely do. I think like the big jackets can do pretty good. I personally don't pick them up. You hustle 24/7. Now that's freedom. Yeah, I know, right? There's nothing better than working for yourself. What's the best thing you like about being self-employed? Probably the freedom. Um, if one day I don't feel like working, I just don't work. It's no big deal. Now, you do have to be a little bit disciplined. I think, especially with eBay. I'm not saying that you have to list every day, but having some type of schedule or consistency um, is going to help you. So here's a Tommy Hilfiger corduroy blazer, sold for $45. How about you? Are you full time or part time? What's the best? Oh, okay. All right, next Lululemon quarter zip. This one was a camel one, sold for $30. Did not miss any questions? Let me go back and see. Hopefully, I didn't miss anybody. Um, by the way, thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. Part time, Vince. Okay. Do you just want to stay part time or do you want to go full time? I mean, doing this part time is actually like really good, man. If you have like a steady job and you do this part time, you take like a couple of days to do your sourcing, man, you'll be good. Now, one thing I would say about eBay doing it full time, like there's just a lot of ups and downs. If you are consistent, like the sales are consistent, but there are times where, it's a little bit slower. Part time, it's one side hustle, looking to go more into it once I leave. Okay, nice. How do you make sure you don't mix business funds with personal funds? I just have my own business account. I just use like a specific card for business for my inventory, and like when I buy my stuff. And the way I do it is that every week I pay myself. So I have like a salary I pay myself from the funds that eBay and Poshmark gives me, and then I set aside a little bit for taxes, um, and I have to pay my shipping labels because I use a credit card for that, so I get points. That's just a whole nother topic, but that's how I do it. Um, this is a good sale. Oh, actually no, I'm gonna skip that one. This one's actually not a very good sale. This one's a Lululemon. Do you guys still pick these up? The Pace Breaker shorts. Sold for $21. I'm a journeyman electrician full time. Really do it. Get finance back on track. I'm enjoying that. Oh yeah, yeah. It's really fun, man. It's like a modern, like a treasure hunter. You know, it's fun. It's fun, but it's a lot of work. You know, to do it full time, it is a lot of work. Like, yeah, it's not easy for sure, but it's fun. Next year, I really want to grow. I've been hovering between like 700 and 800 active items. I'm gonna try to double that next year. But that means I gotta work more, which is not good. I mean, which is good. Um, so this is a good sale that I was talking about. This is a Isaiah Napoli button-up shirt, sold for $50. I had this one for a long time, man, and it finally sold for $50 on Poshmark. On eBay, it wasn't getting any traction. That's the good thing about cross-listing your items. If you're not getting traction on one platform, you know, a lot of times the other platforms help you out a lot. And on eBay, this item was like marked down because I have a markdown sale depending on how old my items are. So on eBay, this one's probably like $30. But on Poshmark, since I don't do that, sold for 50. Oh no, no, I can do it myself. I'm not gonna hire any help. Um, Health insurance. To be honest, I don't have anything. I know I should, but I mean, my wife, she has her, at her job, she has her insurance. But I think there are really good options. I think for self-employed people, you just gotta look around for that. I guess more eyes equals more help. I mean, more sales. Yeah, exactly. AI for listing help. You know what? Sometimes I do. I use Chat GPT. I take a picture of like if it's like a Nike item or like some type of obscure item that I don't know. I just I load it up to Chat GPT, and it's pretty accurate. It tells me the name of the model and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. Oh, okay, this is the blazer that I told you guys about. It had like stains inside, and it still sold for $169. This was a suit supply blazer. This is one that I showed in my recent thrift haul. It was a double breasted, but check out on the inside. And I didn't even see it. Look at it. Could come out with the wash, right? If they like if they take it to get professionally cleaned. To get professionally cleaned. $169. It was a wool, silk, and cashmere blend. So a very good pickup. Even with those, stains, if it's a good brand, like I said, you should still do pretty good. I've got a resale assistant GPT and a negotiator GPT. Really? A negotiator GPT? If I ever do hire somebody, honestly don't think I would hire anybody just because I'm not big enough, you know? I would have to be like I don't know, like 30 listings. I think that's kind of my end goal, to get to maybe like 2,000 items in my store and constantly be listing 30 per day, selling between 25 and 30. But if I ever go over 30, I think that's when I would have to hire somebody. All right, the last item, you guys. I'm getting now into the Xbox consoles. Oh, nice. Which one did you sell? I think I sold the Xbox. What the heck? Which one was it? Xbox One S, I think. All right, this is the last sale, you guys. Then I'm gonna go drop it off. Man, it's kind of late, almost 4 o'clock. This one was a Ben Silver linen shirt. It only sold for $21 because it had a stain. Without the stain, Ben Silver, you know, without stains and holes, they can do pretty good. I could have probably gotten like $30 if it was in good condition. One S, yeah, I think that's the one that I sold too. I paid $50. How much you pay? And the one that I found, it came with 2 controllers. I mean, the games kind of suck, but it came with 3 controllers. And the mother actually messaged me saying that it was for her son's birthday. So it was pretty cool. Oh, all right, guys, I gotta go drop all this stuff off. I'm still looking for Cool brand. Yeah, Cool's a really good brand. Their button ups can do okay. Their pants do still good. Their jackets do pretty good. 60 without controller, 70 with controller. I shoot for buying. Gotcha. All right. Thank you, Rafa. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody that's watching, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Be on the lookout for my next videos. I'm going to be dropping thrift with me videos. I'm using my little camera here. This is the what is this? The Insta360 Go Ultra. I told myself if I was, you know, once I got to 1,000 subscribers, if that ever happened, I was gonna get myself one of these. So just a little present for my hard work, you know. But anyways, you guys, I'm gonna be using this camera more often. That way, you guys can come with me as I find these crazy items. All right. Resale goal is 130. Oh yeah, that's a good margin right there. Make around like $50 after fees, a little bit more. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.